The next of the 5 frequencies we're going to discuss is recognition and reward. Most people say reward and recognition, but when it comes to culture change, recognition is the more effective means. The reason is that it's far more public. This is overly simple, but I like to think about reward for performance and recognition for behavior. And behavior is the easier part to copy, to replicate, to duplicate, and to learn from. When thinking about a recognition, certainly the awards, the plaques, the events matter. But the everyday thank yous and good jobs that we give out are a much more effective mechanism. So think about what's important. What are you recognizing people for today? And is it consistent with what you want more of in your organization? Returning to our examples of coaching soccer, when we think about recognition, a great moment is when a goal is scored. Everybody focuses on the goal scorer. The kids on the team do, the parents do, even later at home when it goes on Facebook, my kid scored a goal. But that recognition takes care of itself. What about everything else that's important that leads up to that event? I focus my recognition on everything else. First, I give recognition to the assist giver. Who made that great pass that set up the goal? Then I look for someone who made a contribution that led up to the goal. Maybe a defender won the ball to get us possession. Maybe the goalkeeper made a fantastic distribution. So I look for recognition to someone who contributed to that goal. And then finally, in a muted form, I might say great finish to the person who scored the goal. The point is that it took many acts for people to get that goal for the team. And my recognition has to be consistent with all the things that I think is important, not just putting the ball in the back of the net. And so as a coach, I have to think very carefully about what behaviors I want on my team and how I give out recognition to reinforce that. And as a result, we have one of the highest percentages of goals from assists because the behavior of unselfish soccer and plays that lead up to goals is what I choose to reinforce through recognition. As a business example around recognition, I was working with an organization that was very, very good at giving recognition. Almost every meeting started with, would anybody like to say thank you to somebody for something that they've done? However, they weren't as thoughtful about what they gave recognition for. Typically, most of the recognition went to firefighting. People putting out fires, going through heroic efforts to recover from something that was a mess. So someone might say, I'd like to thank Joe for coming in, working all weekend because his department was a mess and was holding us all back. Unfortunately, that person also owned that mess before it started. They owned the fire before it became a fire. Essentially, that becomes recognition for the arsonist. And so we worked very hard on changing what we recognize people for. We instead worked on fire prevention. What is that seemingly boring, systematic stuff that prevents us from getting into crisis mode in the first place? We focused on recognition on those types of acts. And as a result, the behaviors focused on keeping us out of crisis, out of firefighting, rather than just the heroic effort to recover at the end. Again, giving recognition is important. But we have to be very thoughtful about what we're giving recognition for. Every time we say thank you or good job, we're sending messages about what behavior we want to see more from in the organization.